back here again with Funktified Foods. I'm going to show you how to make another pizza. We did a pizza in the pilot episode. So many people liked it that we decided to do another one of my favorite pizzas. Oven's even preheated and waiting for us. I'm going to show you how to do a pesto pizza today. All sorts of interesting toppings that you may or may not have had on a pizza before. We're going to chop a few things first. I like a little bell pepper. When you're chopping a bell pepper, you just want to make sure not to get any of the ribs or seeds in there. I usually try to just slice it right on the way out. If you get a little extra, you can always just sort of scoop it out of there. You can chop these any way you like. I like bigger pieces. You can chop them fine if you'd like. Personal preference. A lot of different ways to chop an onion for what I'm using it for today. Just going to do a simple chopping method here. Again, I like sort of bigger pieces of these onions, so I just give them a rough chop. My pesto episode, I made some pesto, made a little appetizer, and I'm basically going to use a lot of these same ingredients on pizza. I'm going to give these tomatoes one more chop, maybe two. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be even. I take some olives. You can, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like olives. You can certainly omit this part if you don't like olives, but I think you should try them. If you haven't had olives in a while, they'll add a nice saltiness to your dish. Some pancetta. It's a lot like bacon, except it has different spices on it, and it's usually not smoked like bacon is. It's cured. I like to cut that usually just in half. You don't actually have to cook this before you put it on the pizza because it will cook while it's on the pizza. It's already cured and then it will finish cooking. I have some fresh basil. I'm just going to give that, again, just a rough chop. That's going to go on after the pizza comes out. I have a pizza dough I made beforehand, refrigerated overnight. This is one of my favorite pizza dough recipes. I did not come up with this one. This is made by a guy named Mitch. He claims this is the best pizza recipe in the world. This is it's called Mitch's Basic Pizza Dough Recipe. I think it's great. You can find it online. You know, unlike the last time, I did not preheat my cast iron pan, so there's no risk of burning yourself this time around like there was last time. I'm going to take this dough, put a little olive oil on the bottom, just so it doesn't stick. Some people like cornmeal. You can use whatever you want. And then I just like to work my way from the center to the outside of the dough. This might take just a little while. If you don't want to do it right in your pan, you can certainly do it on just a regular plate. That's pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Ready to start putting some toppings on this pizza. Sometimes it'll try to kind of go back a little bit where it was. Push that out a little bit more. Alright, we're going to take that pesto. Again, this had basil, walnuts, little black pepper, little red pepper, olive oil, salt and vinegar. If you've never had a pizza that doesn't have a red sauce on it, this might be a little adventurous for you. Green sauce. Next, this might blow your mind. Going to put some walnuts on it. Whole pieces of walnuts. You can break them up a little bit like that if you want. It's going to add a nice crunch to it. Tomatoes. And these slices of fresh mozzarella. And what happens is these, as they melt, will cover the pizza. So you don't have to worry about covering the whole pizza. Add our onions, pepper, got the olives, and then here comes the pancetta. This is go right on top. Again, this has been cured, but you don't have to pre-cook it. It'll cook right on top of there. I like to put a little cracked black pepper You'll notice I like to flavor most of my recipes with a little shot of salt and pepper. This is just red pepper flakes. If you don't like hot, you won't like this, but adds a little kick, a little interesting flavor on top. And there we go. We're going to put it in the oven. We're going to cook it for about 15 or 20 minutes. The oven's set at 450. Once everything's browned, you'll know it's done. When it comes out, we're going to top it with goat cheese and fresh basil. You're going to love it. All right, we're ready to take this pizza out. It's been just a little over 20 minutes for mine. Your oven might be a little different. It's looking good. Just remember, this pan is very hot. Let's see if I can get this out. There we go. And now, we're going to finish this with that fresh basil that we chopped. And then this is goat cheese. Again, this if you're not used to buying specialty cheeses, they're not always in the same section that you would find your normal cheeses that you would buy. So look around, ask if you can't find it. Goat cheese is pretty mild. I like to put it on afterwards. It'll melt with the heat as your pizza is cooling. Oh, that looks good. There we go. I'm just going to let this cool, maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll cut it. All right, we're ready to cut the pizza. All right. Oh, that smells good. All right. I won't use my knife this time. I got some flack last time. I'll get the pizza cutter out. Just for you. Oh, yeah. Now tell me that doesn't look good.
Your breath on me makes me think twice about everything. Your lips on mine makes me forget about everything. Have you heard what they say? The streets are talking today.
Well, thanks for watching another episode of Funktified Food. I'm still Dan Valancourt. I'm still a musician that likes to cook. And if you enjoyed this pizza recipe, there's more to come. We're going to start doing pizza recipes from time to time because I know that you guys like them. Everyone likes pizza. We'll try to get creative with it. We'll come up with a bunch of fun stuff. So I'm going to eat my pizza now. Thank you again for watching. See you next time.
If I wouldn't have done it again. Radio wave distant.